Once upon a time, back in 1986, a bunch of TV producers decided to make a show for kids about some guys who were people, were silver, and were hawks. Therefore, today, I will be summing up Silverhawks, more silver than ever. The story starts with this guy called Moonstar. He is captive in prison and one day, a light from a dying star touches his eyes and he becomes a monster super big and super powerful. Oh, but I just forgot, before he transforms, he has to say some words.
Moonstar of Limbo, give me the might, the muscle, the menace of Moonstar!
If he doesn't say them, he won't transform. After he escapes, he flies away in a giant space quib to fly around and conquer the universe. But don't worry, deep space has its own heroes, the Silverhawks. With Quicksilver as the leader, Steel Will and Steelheart as the Cyber Twin brothers, the Copper Boy as the kid that should have been allowed to become a cyborg, and Bluegrass, the coolest of them all. All of them are former humans who were volunteers to have some part of their bodies replaced with cybernetics, and by that, they got multiple abilities, like flying, survive in space, throw lasers out of their shoulders, throw lasers out of their feet, throw smoke out of their feet, and many other abilities that are shown as the story requires, like the twins who can communicate with their minds. Bluegrass doesn't have any of those powers, but he got a cowboy hat, a kerchief in the neck, drives a spaceship, and has the coolest guitar ever.
Wanna leave that toy behind, Colonel Bluegrass?
You ever seen a toy like this?
They are sent to space to some kind of asteroid with the form of the animal they represent, and that works as their headquarters. There, they meet Stargazer, an old guy with a crazy eye and has an office like a detective of the 50s. Once they're all set, the Silverhawks are going to fight Moonstar and his evil henchmen, who are Yes Man as Moonstar personal Mr. Smithers, Melodia as the 80s looking cyberpunk girl who does music and is the equivalent to Greengrass, Molecular as the guy who can change shapes, Pokerface as the guy who owns a casino, Mumbo Jumbo as the bull who does bull stuff, Windhammer as the thing that can control the weather with a giant fork, and Buzzsaw as the guy who has saws. They engage in a very ultra-violent fight against the Silverhawks, where despite being a majority and have much more abilities and being much more powerful in every way, they get their butts kicked by the Silverhawks. This battle happens in the second episode, so from now on, most of the episodes are going to be almost the same. Moonstar trying to do something bad, the Silverhawks trying to stop him, and then at the end, the Copper Kid and Greengrass have an educational segment in which Copper Kid will answer questions related to space. Around the middle of the series, they introduce another two Silverhawks. They were Hotwing, an African American guy who can throw a beam from his forehead, and Flashback, who has the ability to time travel. Almost around the end of the series, they decided to introduce another 2 Silverhawks to try to improve things a little because the series was almost dying by that time. They were Moonstriker, who can spin his leg to fly, even though that wasn't necessary for the previous Silverhawks, and Condor, who got some wings to fly, even though the original designs of the flights in the other Silverhawks I think was better. And so, following the same formula, we got to the final episode where the bad guys and the good guys have a race in the mutant world. And obviously the good guy wins. The last scene is in Stargazer's office, where they are laughing and having a great time without knowing that was the last episode, since it was cancelled abruptly. This was the summing up of Silverhawk. If you liked it, click on like and subscribe. Share it with your friends, with your brother, your sister, your parents who think you are just wasting your time, the Tinder date, anyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.